Welcome to the big one. The Executive Director of the African Center for Parliamentary Affairs, Dr. Rashid Dramani, has said President Nana Akufo-Addo must reflect on his ministerial appointments and reshape them, given the implications it holds for the majority in Parliament and the quality of work in the House in general. According to him, the appointments of MPs serving as chairs of parliamentary select committees will further weaken the majority's front in the legislature because these members would not have the time to engage in parliamentary work. Out of the 110 ministers appointed by the president so far, 64 are MPs. But Dr. Dramani said such appointments won't be to the advantage of the majority side of the House. Right, let's get on to Skype now. We have Dr. Rashid Dramani, Executive Director of the African Center for Parliamentary Affairs. He's joining us now. Doc, good evening. We're grateful that you could make time to join us.
Good evening.
I know that this issue has come up and you have spoken strongly about it in terms of what the president should be thinking about doing to strengthen the institutions of Parliament. Now, I need you to tell me what significant effect you think this will have on the strength of Parliament, considering that the president is nominating a majority of his ministers from the House.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I think that over the years, since the beginning of our implementation of the 1992 Constitution, on different occasions, people have had cause to complain about how the effect of the effect of the Article 78 on our legislative institution. The fact that the Constitution allows the President to appoint a number of ministers from Parliament has been a concern, and people have complained about this constitutional provision over the years, to the extent that I think that many people argue very strongly that one of the reasons why our oversight, the oversight function of our Parliament sometimes is described as weak, is mainly because of this constitutional arrangement. Over the years, we have done a number of studies. The last one we did was around 2013, which tried and financial oversight, if you like, the power of the purse, the control of government in terms of financial matters. And our Parliament did not fare too well. And part of the reason was mainly because of this arrangement. And today, we've seen the effect of this, we've seen the manifestation of the constitutional arrangement today more than we have seen.
Doc, we apologize. We have to interrupt you. I think your hand is slipping into the camera and it's going live on air, but weakens the institutions of Parliament. Let's zoom in a little bit on the president nominating the deputy majority leader as Minister of State in charge of procurement. What would you say this will have on the specific duties of Parliament she has been assigned to?
Well, I don't know whether they are going to keep her in that dual role. My guess is that once she is confirmed as the Minister of State, I guess that the majority side is going to look for somebody to occupy to perform the role of deputy majority leader. If not, I think that it just adds to the concerns that people normally have whenever it is an NPP government and we have Minister for Parliamentary Affairs who was in that arrangement, because you need a bridge between Parliament and the executive. Many people think that that singular appointment sometimes would have the effect of weakening Parliament, because on the one hand you have a minister who goes to sit in cabinet, and then on the other hand issues that are coming from cabinet come to Parliament, and Parliament is supposed to oversee those issues. So if you have the deputy majority leader still keeping that position even after she's confirmed as minister, I think it lends credence to these concerns that anytime we have an MPP government, we have this arrangement, which many argue sometimes would tend to weaken the role of the legislature.
Doc, there have also been arguments that the president should actually be lauded for choosing majority of his ministers from Parliament. So far, there are about 64 or so. Would you be lauding him and congratulating him, rather staying within the law, or you would say the majority of MPs coming from members of his government coming from MPs will increase absenteeism, for example?
Well, certainly it's going to increase absenteeism. We need to have people who are independent-minded. We need to have people who develop careers in Parliament as legislators, if we have to have effective oversight. Now, the President has not broken any law by these appointments, but from where I sit and the work that we do, I think our focus over the years has always been we want to see a very strong legislative arm that will be a counterweight to the executive arm. With these kinds of arrangements, with these number of ministers taken out of Parliament, I don't think that we are going to get that anytime soon. So yes, maybe the President might not have broken any law, but I would not commend him for taking all these number of people from Parliament, because I can tell you for certain that this duality of functions that they will be having for the next 4 years will tilt more in favor of the executive rather than the legislature, because they would be doing more executive work than legislative work. And if we need to have a Parliament that is very strong, a Parliament that performs its oversight and accountability rules effectively. I think you need to have career members of Parliament who
Dr. Dramani,
look to Parliament every day and not the other way around.
Right, Doc, we're grateful for your time. Extremely. Thank you very much, Dr. Rashid Dramani. Meanwhile, the Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, is calling on President Akufo-Addo to cut down on the number of ministerial appointees. According to the think tank, the 110 ministers sets a negative record for Ghana. In a statement, CDD says it wonders why United States, a larger and more economically and financially complex country, has approximately 46 ministers. The statement further indicated that India, a country of some 1.3 billion people, has 75 ministers. It is being argued that the large ministerial team will bring more focus, supervision and efficiency to the presidency. But the CDD disagrees and says there is no argument to, there's no studies to prove the relationship between a large government and prosperous and a successful country. and Associate Professor of the Political Science Department of the University of Ghana, Professor Ransford Jampo, has asked governments to strengthen the civil service rather than creating a rival civil service, which is a waste of state resources. He said Ghana needs not more than 50 ministers to form a government.
Oftentimes, if you are talking about competent and efficient government, we see them in smaller government. What they have sought to do is to create another civil service that will be taking over the work of the existing civil service. And so what will happen is that people will go to work from morning till evening, they will have no work doing, and yet the state will be paying them. What at all do ministers know that they are not taught by civil servants? If it wants to be competent and it wants to be efficient in delivering on its mandate, you do not need the civil service to be working whilst you have this also this number of ministers. This government does not need more than 50 ministers. This government should not hide behind the good reputation and the mandate, resounding mandate that the people entrusted in it to expand the frontiers of the state and to drain the resources of the state.